Hi, MacGyver Sharon here. How you doing? I'm in New Jersey. Gonna try to show you my solar if it ever dries out. Or maybe it's not strange. Maybe it's just strange now because MacGyver Sharon's in town. Jersey. Moldy, moldy, moldy. In the houses. I don't know if anything ever dries out here. It's been like this since I got here to Jersey. Cold, wet, mold. Not the elements I'm used to. The elements here, pretty depressing actually, weather-wise. I've been trying to get a sunny day to make a video for you to show you my final solar setup on my pickup truck. Tried yesterday, tried today. I'll keep on trying. I don't think I've dried out since I got here, and I've discovered new leaks in the camper shell that don't happen on the West Coast, but more on that in the next video. Alright, we finally got some sunshine. I can show you my solar. Though even though there's sunshine out, it's still cold. Colder than a witch's cold brew. It's windy too. I'll tell you, the East Coast is tough. Alright, let me switch you around and show you. Okay, this is my Ford F-150 Super Cab. It's the year 2000 and it has 268,000 miles on it. What I've got here is 200 watts on the roof and a Maxxair vent fan. Now I was going to put a wind deflector there, but I still haven't gotten around to that. I got some Lexan plexiglass-like stuff and some few scraps, but after coming to the East Coast, I've discovered leaks inside the shell where my home is that you just don't get on the West Coast. So I think I'm just gonna try to get a van while I'm out here. So there's the shell. I bought it used, sanded it down, painted it. I had a previous shell that was a little lower, but I needed more room. And I have a stowaway too on the back that I painted because I am a veteran and I was feeling patriotic on Veterans Day. So that is the truck. What I've done is I've taken two 100 watt compact energy solar panels and I put them on the roof. I put them in an L shape around the Maxxair vent fan that I put to one side. So this shell is higher here than it is on this end and that end. So I'm going to put some pictures of the brackets that I made following this video. So I can level the bracket here and here to get the balance straight this way. I also have a bracket on the back end here that I can put it this way. I hope that wind isn't going crazy. So there it is, completed. Woo. on this solar panel here, I have two brackets on one side holding them in. One there and one down there, and they're low. There's not much space in between my panels. I had someone help me install, or actually I had them install it, and I had to take it all off because they had them like up here. It was crazy and it was all crooked, and that's why I have these extra holes. I just had to take down what they did. I put those holes to good use, you'll see when we go inside, but I haven't had a single leak from the roof. All the leaks are coming in the sides and the windows. So that's what I've done. I connected them in parallel. I don't know if you can see it from there. So that's 200 watts in an L shape around the Maxxair vent fan. Now in the pictures you'll see I took these gate brackets. I drilled this so that it's a slot so I can move it up and down. It's on the inside lip of this panel permanently, and it's drilled into here permanently with the, okay, so I drilled a hole, I put down butyl tape, put the bracket on, then I put a 5/16 hex nut and a 5/16 kep nut plus a homemade aluminum square on the inside and some Loctite, and tightened it down, and then I put Dicor on it. Now, this needs another layer of Dicor after coming across the United States, but it hasn't been warm enough to do that, so it kind of looks kind of crappy. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to get a van. It's so hard. I tried doing a GoFundMe. That's in the link below. If there's any people out there just got money to throw away, hey, throw it this way. Haha. Okay, enough e-begging. Let me show you what I did with the sides and how I connected these two together. They are both connected onto the shell, and I wanted to put the minimal amount of holes. So let me show you how I connected the two together to keep it nice and level. That solar panel there, I can also move that this way and that way just for leveling. I don't have any hinges to move it up and this and that, but I have learned a lot, and I think that on my van I may make some mods where hinges or something where I can lean it towards the sun, because the Maxxair vent fan, depending on how you park, does get in the way. Alright, let me jump down off my tailgate and we'll look at the sides of the MacGyver Sharon solar panel leveling brackets. So this is the side, the long side of the L. So what I have done here is, you saw the two center brackets. Well, this side's lower and the other side's lower because my truck comes up to a point, and then each side is like an inch lower, which made it hard to make them level. So I took these scrap aluminums and I cut them off. I have the gate bracket screwed into the shell, and on here this is permanently screwed into the solar panel, and on here I drilled slots so that I could move it up and down. All I got to do is loosen these two and I can move the solar panel up and down to get the leveling this way. And there's two of those on the long side, and instead of drilling another hole and putting another bracket here, I connected them together with another gate bracket. You can see underneath there, they're black. So I just permanently connected one here underneath and connected it to this, because this is holding it up pretty darn good, and the other two sides. And so instead of putting another bracket here, I just connected them together, and I have a bracket there and one on the other side, and also another one. Let me get up on my tailgate again. I did put a bracket. Let's get a view here. There is a bracket right there for support on this. So on the one going across, there's a bracket here, and a bracket here, a bracket there, the two panels are connected underneath right there. And just for general purpose, I put one, can't see it, but it is right here. So these panels aren't going anywhere, and they got a very low profile. Now what I've done is I bought some Renogy parallel connectors. So I connected this panel and that panel together to the parallel connector, and then I ran them down the front of my truck. Let's go take a look at that. So I connected them together underneath to the parallel connectors, and then I tie wrapped them up underneath right in there, and then the cable just comes down here in between my truck cab and my shell, and you can see it through the window, and it goes all the way down. Let's see if I can get down here without killing myself. It goes down in between, all the way down, and there's an opening in the bed of my truck inside. Oh, about right there. So I snaked it through there, and then it goes inside and connects to my silly Goal Zero that has been giving me issues since the day I bought it. So that is it. It looks pretty cool. If I was keeping this, I would put the wind deflector on there. But the East Coast is way different than the West Coast. You got leaks you never even heard of. Everything I learned about waterproofing my truck on the West Coast, I gotta tell you, you take a trip to the East Coast, it doesn't mean dick. Can I say that? Alrighty then, here are the pictures. This is the solar panel up on its side, and you can see where I attached the brackets on the inner lip of the solar panel, and what hardware I used. And here's a couple of close-up shots where I drilled the slots and I put the spacer washers to lift it up a little higher, and just close-ups here. And then I sat them on the floor of my friend's garage and made sure that I could level them all perfectly, just as I had planned before I put them up on my fiberglass shell. And then towards the end here, we'll come up to the leveling brackets that go on the long side, and sort of wrote down what I did there with the slots and the holes and the gate brackets all together. And this last picture here is what the gate brackets look like on the shell before I added everything else to it. It's just a simple gate corner bracket, and you'll see that's the butyl tape underneath it. Okay, we are inside. So these are the scrap aluminum squares that I cut out. I drilled holes in them, and on the top side, that is where I said I put the butyl tape on the other side, and then the bolts with washers, the bracket, then the bolts with washers, and then I tightened them down with Loctite on the bolts and tied them down. I just thought this would be better circumference security because it is a fiberglass shell. So I did that on the edge, and I did that and put mirrors on it on the other brackets. This is a bigger one, bigger bracket, and I still have leftovers from when I had paid someone, and you see they came in at the angle here, and so I just plugged them up and made use of them. Put a paper towel rack there because the holes are going to be there anyway. Might as well use them. Anyway, so the cable that came down, you can see it coming through my window here, and it goes down there and then down on the outside of the cab, and it comes in at the corner that I have blocked off with packing foam. And then it comes in under my refrigerator stand right here. And then it plugs into my Silly Goal Zero. So that's what I got. So that's what it is. That's what I got. Peace, love, and understanding, everybody. Y'all take care of yourselves out there.